The story of my priest hero takes place not in my native diocese of New Ulm, but in a place far from home, a place not at all comparable to the farm on the prairie that I grew up on. My priest hero is His Excellency Roger Schweitz, Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Anchorage, Alaska. Upon landing in Anchorage to begin my summer job and living with him in the rectory, my first impression of Archbishop Schweitz caught me off guard. I suppose that for no good reason I expected to meet a bishop who was cordial and charitable enough, but one who had far more important things to attend to than to invest time into a seminarian he hardly knew. As the days and weeks went by, I came to know a priest who was nothing quite like I expected. Instead of only seeing him a few times a week in the evenings after work, I spent time with him practically every day. We visited and we frequently had daily mass in the morning, went for walks to pray the rosary, had supper in the evening together, and ended most of our days in conversation over a glass of wine. As a former religious priest for the Missionary Oblates of Mary Immaculate, he's a humble man who lives a simple life, never displaying much concern for himself, and is always outwardly focused in his mission to evangelize the people under his care. He's also a wise priest, with almost 50 years as a priest and 24 years as a bishop, which I frequently remind him is longer than I've been alive. For those of us here who were privileged to celebrate Mass with him less than a week ago during his last visit, his wise and humble character is something easily recognizable. However, what has been the cornerstone of his priesthood is something John Paul II said in an apostolic exhortation directed to bishops, and was again reiterated by Pope Francis in his audience with the bishops at World Youth Day last summer. Speaking to bishops, John Paul II says, "Acting as father, brother, and friend to all, he will stand beside everyone as the living image of God, our hope, in whom all God's promises are fulfilled, and all the expectations of creation are brought to completion." Reflecting upon my relationship with Archbishop Schweitz, I see how he has loved me in each of these capacities of father, brother, and friend. He's been a father to me, teaching me by word and example how a man lives out a truly faithful and sacrificial life in the priesthood of Jesus Christ. In many respects, my formation was not put on hold when I left seminary for that summer. God continued generously forming me in my vocation under the fatherhood of Archbishop Schweitz. He has also been a brother to me in the way he witnesses to humility. In and out of the confessional, he generously pours out the mercy of God to all who come to him in need. Although God uses him frequently as an instrument of his mercy, he will throughout the day pray the Jesus prayer, which goes, "Lord Jesus, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner." So while he charitably hears confessions regularly, he sees himself as an equal brother to all, always recognizing himself as standing in need of mercy and always seeking to learn how to be a better priest. Moreover, Archbishop Schweitz has been a close friend. John says in his Gospel, "Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." When he was called by John Paul II out of religious life to be the Bishop of Duluth, it was a burden he never expected nor desired, but one he took up with joy and without hesitation. After 10 years as Bishop of Duluth, and just about the time he thought he found the place God wanted him to serve for the rest of his life, he was asked to be the Archbishop of Anchorage, and thus faced a whole new set of challenges. As the time has drawn closer for Archbishop to send his letter of resignation and to begin retirement, I questioned him as to what he might do and where he would live. He does have a general idea about what he might do during retirement, but he ended his answer by saying something to the effect of, "As I am no longer a religious, my obedience lies with the Holy Father now. Whatever he asks of me, I will do." In making his priesthood not merely a relaxed bachelorhood, but a total gift to his bride, the Church, Archbishop Schweitz has laid down his life for his friends. He has loved me in the same way he has loved countless others before me, as a father, as a brother, and as a friend. Praise be Jesus Christ.